Hey guys, it's your boy, the Professor. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be reviewing a music album. I want to start reviewing new albums of artists that I like, so here's the first one. As you can see, I'm reviewing two Vines by Empire the Sun. The format of this video is going to be a little less scripted than my talk videos. What I'm going to do is listen to the music on its own, and then a second time while writing down my critiques on individual songs. Then I'm going to give my overall feelings of the album, and then give it a final score. This is nowhere near a totally formal review. This is just my honest opinion. So here we go. My favorite song off the album is Friends, and my least favorite is There's No Need. And I'll go through in order by song of of what I thought of each individual one. So the first song off of the album is Before. It's got a solid start and it's a nice little beat going. But immediately my problem with the song is that the instrumental overpowers the vocals just slightly in most spots. For the most part I can understand the lyrics, but I have to try. Like, the chorus is pretty smooth and I like it. It's catchy and has a nice vibe to it. It gets quiet for like 10 seconds at one point for no reason. They're like soft instrumentals, but that's really it. The vocals leading into the next section are strange. The style of singing is odd. Overall I like the song, but it would make for a good afternoon drive song with friends in the car going on an adventure or some shit. But in the end, it fades out, and I don't really know how to feel about that. The only big problem with this song is the vocals being overshadowed by the instrumentals. And really, I don't feel like the song has much staying power, and I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. The next song is High and Low. It starts off a little Daft Punk, and again, the vocal style is strange, but it has its charms. This is the most popular song off the album with around like 6.5 million listens on Spotify alone. I like the chorus a bit. It's like a good summer vibe song, and I can imagine bumping this in my car with friends on the way to some sort of adventure or something. The song doesn't have the problem of the vocals and instrumentals like Before. So it's like a catchy radio song, but I don't think there's much of substance to it. It's like really poppy, and I don't typically like that, but Empire of the Sun has their own style of music that I really like. It ends with another fade out, but like overall I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Two Vines is the next song. It's obviously the song that the album is named after. I immediately don't really like the song. It's like way too in your face with trying to be upbeat. Just like tone it down a bit. You released this album in fucking October, not June or July. It kind of just sounds like it's repeating itself with, again, a lack of substance. It's another generic upbeat radio song for the people who don't like anything meaningful in the media they consume. I mean, I'll be honest, I like some mindless stupid shit now and again, but the majority of the time I need something more to sustain my mind. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. At least it doesn't end with another fucking fade out. Friends is probably my favorite track on the album. Friends starts out slow enough, with the vibes picking up as it goes along. There is, again, a problem with the vocals being lower than the instrumentals, albeit that it isn't as bad as it was in Before. I love the chorus a lot. This is a great example of the type of music I like. It starts off slow, has an upbeat chorus, while the lyrics don't always match, which I like. And by that I mean, like, say it's like a song that sounds really upbeat, but the lyrics like don't really match that. Hold on, I just need to get a drink. So like I was saying, imagine like a really upbeat song, right? But the lyrics to it aren't upbeat. Like, it sounds really happy, but the lyrics are like sad or whatever. So that's pretty much what I mean about that. After that, it drops down to a lower sound, like after the hook, and I would give a full analysis of the lyrics, but the full set isn't up on the internet yet, so I might make a lyrical analysis on it. The only thing that keeps the song from getting a 10 out of 10 is that it ends with another fade out, and the problem with the instrumentals being louder than the lyrics. The next song is There's No Need. This is probably my least favorite track on the album. It starts off okay enough, but then it immediately ruins itself for me. The auto-tune. Are you actually serious? Like, I thought we were past that. Come on. They like have enough talent to not even think about auto-tune. I would love to know the reason why they went with auto-tune for the vast majority of the song. There's like nothing really I like about the song except for the instrumentals. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because I really don't like it. And it ends with another weird ass fucking fade out, so that's cool. Way to Go is the next song, and it starts off with a cool beat. I like the vocals in this one because they like match the mood that the instrumentals set. The chorus is pretty neat in it, but it's slower than the chorus in most of the other songs, so it doesn't really match up with the rest of the album, but it's still pretty good. Like Two Vines though, it doesn't have much substance to it, and it sounds like they were just repeating themselves. And it ends with another fade out. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Ride is the next song, and again it starts out very Daft Punk sounding. It immediately picks up into the hook rather than starting with an opening verse, but whatever, it's good enough so I don't really care. The choice in vocals for parts of the verses is again strange, but it has its charm. Sadly, it seems to repeat itself much like some of the other songs in the album. There's a little more substance to this one through the lyrics. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. I need to get a drink. I was doing stuff. Digital Life is the next song. It starts out kind of trippy sounding, like what you would imagine an acid trip or something to sound like. It's got a pretty slow opening, which doesn't really match with the rest of the album, but I don't know much about what goes into planning an album, so it's whatever. This is probably one of my least favorites on the album, second only to There's No Need. While Friends has slower sounding verses, this whole song is slower, which is against the flow of the entire album. Like, what's with all the fade outs though? Like, someone tell me, please. I'll give this one like a 6 out of 10. First Crush is the next song, and it starts with some pretty cool vibes, but there's a slight problem again with the vocals being hard to hear sometimes, but it really isn't as much of a problem in this one. There again isn't much substance to this one either. It's about a first crush obviously, but if it told more of a story, I feel like I would enjoy it more. Like if it actually like had a progression to it and was like a narrative, I guess I would like it more because that actually has substance. But instead it's just one of those typical la la la, I'm in love, I'm so happy kind of songs. And please, for the love of God, stop with the fade outs. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. ZZZ is the next one, and it starts very 80s sounding, but it immediately moves away from that. There is this strange beat to it, almost like an 8-bit side-scroller tone. It's another slower song with not much to it and an offset from the rest of the album. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what my other problem with this. There's another fade out, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The final song on the base album is To Her Door. It starts off really slow, most like a love ballad, and it stays slow for the most part. Chorus is nice, but it isn't anything special. And guess what? It ends with another fade out. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. So overall, I'd say it's a decent album. There are a few songs I like, with one or two that I really like. What holds back this album is the inconsistent tone and the repetitive use of fade outs and the frequency of moments where the vocals are seemingly tossed aside in favor of the instrumentals. Like, music is supposed to like you can argue that like music's just there to listen to or whatever, but in my opinion music's there to like tell a story and stuff, and this doesn't really seem to do that for the most part. But I like Empire of the Sun like a lot. I saw them live at this year's Life is Beautiful festival, and their performance was completely amazing. But the whole album itself isn't really anything too spectacular. I'll give the whole album a final score of 7 out of 10, just like based on averaging it and stuff. And remember, this is all my opinion. Whether you like the whole album, hate the whole album, or you're somewhere else in between, whatever your opinion is, it is your opinion. Like, it's not really like, what I say isn't gonna set it in stone that the album is like mediocre, but whatever. I'm the Professor, and thank you for watching.